Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. How are you? I don't think we've talked this year, and it is the day I'm filming this, it's the last day of February. Yeah, I don't think we've talked this year, so hi, happy new year. This is my channel, why am I nervous like I'm on a first date? I don't know, that happens every time I'm away from the channel. And also, let me just keep it real, I'm burning up, okay, which signals to me that I am not feeling well, because I'm rarely hot. I'm anemic and I run cold, but when I'm not feeling well and I'm having a flare, my body, it's like it doesn't regulate the way it should temperature wise. But anyway, that's not what you came here for any of that. Positive vibes. We're not going to talk about my health, anything like that. I've been gone for 4 months. I think it speaks for itself. Hopefully I'm back. How you doing? How's your year going? Hope it's going well. Let's get into it, okay? So I can feel a little bit better here. I think I'm actually going to start with, did I say what we're doing? I am chaotic tonight. We're doing a favorites video. We're going to consider this the January and February favorites, and then hopefully I can just get back on track from March on out. So let's go. I actually have more hair products than I realized that I had. And I have a very random assortment of products, but that's okay, okay? So the first thing I want to mention is this hairbrush. This is just a little cheapy brush that I got from, I don't know, probably Walmart sometime last year. It's a Conair. It says Conair on it. I'm not necessarily saying you need this one. All I'm saying is if you get a lot of buildup on your scalp, if you deal with dandruff, for me, I deal with seborrheic dermatitis. It is the fucking worst. And my scalp really gets very flaky. It just gets bad. It's really bad. I'm all over my face, nose, it's just bad, okay? So this has become integral to me doing my hair and really getting my scalp clean when I'm in the shower. So, you know, when I do my first and second wash, I absolutely use this. What I do though, because my hair is curly, is I will take a section and hold it so it doesn't get tangled and then go in, and I'm doing this very gently because it's very easy for my already curly hair to get even more tangled. So I have to finagle it a little bit, but the difference it makes in my scalp, wouldn't trade it for the world. So highly recommend a scalp brush of some kind. Find your favorite brand, whatever you want to do. But yes, I'm in it. I'm into it. The next thing I want to mention is this. I don't know if we've discussed this, but if we haven't, we need to. This is the Joico Moisture Recovery Treatment Balm. Y'all, I don't remember ever trying anything from Joico, and now maybe I have in the past. I don't know. I've tried a lot of different brands. I don't remember. I know I have never tried this before, but this moisture recovery balm on my semi-thickish, I don't necessarily know that I can fully claim thick, curly hair, this is outrageous how good it is. Like, I remember the first time I used it, my hair was in terrible shape. It was dry as a straw. And I put it in my hair, and I didn't even leave it in for that long. I put it in my hair, I was showering, you know, it was one of those days. I was like, I just got to get this done. When I washed it out, literally my hair felt so silky. You heard me, and like buttery. I was just moving my fingers through my hair, tangles where we don't know her. It was outrageous. Since then, and this one is like over halfway gone. When I see these at TJ Maxx, I try to grab at least 2 because this is absolutely wonderful. My understanding for this is that it is just a moisture conditioner. So to my knowledge, it does not have any protein in it, you know? And this is great. It's absolutely great. I love it so much. This is a product I would purchase full price, but I would much rather purchase it at TJ Maxx when I can because it is pricey, you know? And I'd prefer to kind of save and work with my budget. So when I see it at TJ Maxx, I definitely try to grab a couple. I haven't tried anything else from the moisture recovery line, but so if you have, let me know how the shampoo and the conditioner is. But the treatment mask, phenomenal. Highly recommend. And then the final thing I'm going to mention, we're going to tag team these because these 2 products have become so important to how I do my little slick back situation, okay? Now, I go into phases where I wear my hair like this and then I don't, because I'm not actually a fan of my hair pulled to the back. I don't think it suits me very well. But I have found that if I do the little part, you know, I'm okay with it, you know. I'm getting older and I'm just like, let's just start tackling some of these things that we feel like are insecurities, you know. Something about these 30s, that's a different conversation, but they've been humbling, to say the least. But anyway, these two products. So this is the Garnier Fructis hairspray, and it's the flexible control one. And in terms of hold, it says it's a 2 out of 5. This is wonderful, y'all. And I never thought I would be on here talking about how much I love a hairspray. The other hairspray that I like is the Tresemme Tray 2, but that one is a strong hold, like gonna feel a little hard if you use too much. This is literally what it says. It is a nice hold, but it's so flexible. Like my hair feels touchable, it feels soft, but it feels secure. Do you know what I mean? And I like that. And it also smells so good. This is one of those products, again, just like this one, that really smells like you just came out the salon. And I also like that, you know, because I didn't. I just came out the bathroom, but you don't know that because it's not your business. So I absolutely love that. And I just can't believe I feel so strongly, y'all, about a hairspray. Because, you know, like, I don't know, as a Black woman, like, hairspray is not the most important thing to me, you know? But this, I love it. I love it. I don't want to get weird talking about it, so I'm gonna let it go. The other thing is the TGIN rosewater curl defining mousse. Now, I can't wait to actually try this. Actually, I'm lying. I have tried this on my curly hair, like with a wash and go and stuff. And I like it for that too. But I also really like this. I've tried it on my mini twist. And I also really like it on this style because, you know, once I've gelled it down and all of that, get some of this, you know, and just put it on there, put my scarf on while I'm getting ready or whatever. And what I like about this is I feel like this really helps also hold my style, and I noticed that it holds it longer than if I don't do it. This really helps hold and mold my style in place. It also helps take away a lot of like those flyaways and frizzies. And then the other thing is, because it is actually a curl defining mousse, I feel like it gives me a little texture to my little slick back situation, so you can actually see my curls in it. Now this is almost 2 weeks old, so you know, I don't know that you can see no curl in it, you know, because my hair really needs to be washed. But when I first do it, you can actually see the little curl, the little wave in my hair. And I like that too. And it also smells really good. This for sure smells like salon. And yeah, these two together, dynamic duo. So love it. I wanted to mention it. If you're in the market for either, I would recommend. I think we talked about all the hair products. So let's talk about the couple makeup things that I have to discuss. Makeup has been a very inconsistent thing for me. But when I have done makeup, these things have been more on the consistent side. And one of the first things actually is this Maybelline Superstay Lumi-Matte Foundation. I have it in the shade 330. And it's what I'm wearing today. And y'all, it's absolutely beautiful. And that is saying something, okay? Because, and the other thing is, okay, we have a pump. Love that for us. This product is, number one, it's really beautiful on the skin. But what I love about it is so thin. It's so lightweight. Like, I forget that I'm wearing this. Like right now, this is so comfortable. I forget that I'm wearing it. And the only other product that I have ever felt like that about is the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint. That's one of the first times I've ever wore a product and I thought, this is so thin, I forget it's on my face. It is comfortable. And I have very dry skin. I mean, dry patches, all of it. And I really did not think this was gonna work for me because I have seen so many mixed reviews. I've seen people with oily skin like it. I've seen people with oily skin not like it. I've seen people with normal to dry skin like it and not, you know. So I just tried it for myself and I don't know why it's working, but I'm thanking God that it is working because it is so good. And it looks beautiful, it photographs well, and it wears like iron, like not just through my work day, but then through my after my work day. And I am into that, okay? So this is great. And did I mention that it's very thin? I don't know if I did. So I have more to say on this. I definitely want to do a review on this to specifically talk to my girlies with dry skin. But it's working for me and I'm very happy about that. The other thing that I've been using this, I don't even know how long, y'all. I actually feel like I can start to tell that it's getting low, is the Revlon Colorstay Flex Wear full cover concealer. I don't ever remember being like a Revlon stan in terms of concealers. I've tried Revlon concealers. I've liked some. I've not liked some. This one, I am so convinced that this is amazing. I would be okay putting my name on this. Like, it is so good. And again, what I like about it, number one, is it is full coverage. And now not everybody wants that, okay? But when I want full coverage, this is delivering on the claim. Like, you don't have to work hard for it. It's gonna give you full coverage. And not only that, on my dry skin, again, it looks really good. And it not just looks really good at the beginning when I put it on, which it does, but it also looks good at the end of the day when I take it off. And there are just not a lot of products that stay looking so fresh, that wear so well. And I just have complete confidence in this. I love it so much. I have this in shade 60 Deep. And if I'm forgetting to say anything, y'all, everything will be listed down below, so you can always go to my description box and see every single thing that I'm talking about, okay? And then the other thing, L'Oreal, that was just Revlon. Can y'all tell I need to go lay down. I have two L'Oreal products to mention though. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer. I was kind of late on trying this bronzer. I'm not gonna hold. I did get this last year. I really went to a place last year with bronzer and blush where I was all about it. And this bronzer right here, I have it in 500 Deep. I'm gonna make a big claim right now, so this is what it looks like right here, okay? This is, in my opinion, the best powder bronzer in the drugstore. Why? Let me tell you why. Number one, I think it's a lot more inclusive than a lot of other bronzers are. And I really appreciate that, because so often on YouTube in particular, I feel like so many people talk about so many bronzers. And yes, they're more affordable than that. And I do appreciate that as well. But a lot of times the deepest shade they have is basically a powder on my face, right? So that don't feel good, right? Like, so I just appreciate that this has a lot of shades. Not only that, this is a true workhorse product. Like, when you put this on, I almost feel like this has, dare I say, a tiny little bit of a staining effect, because when you put this on, right, not that you're not gonna be able to wash it off at the end of the day, but when you put this on, it's on. This is very pigmented. Pace yourself. Even for me, right, because normally when people are like, products are pigmented, I'm like, okay, right, but like, as a black girl, you're like, it'll be fine, right? And normally it is, because it's not the same level of pigment. But with this, pace yourself, because, you know, I can dap it, boop, 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 boop. And, you know, all of this up here is bronzed and it's looking good. It's just absolutely wonderful. The fact that this bronzes really well, it has an exceptional shade range, in my opinion. Like, could they add a few more shades? Yes, but is the initial range more inclusive than what we typically see in the drugstore? Absolutely. And it lasts. Like this, like if you are like, I need makeup that's gonna last, I need makeup that's gonna photograph well, I have a special occasion, anything like that, this would be the bronzer that I point you toward if you're talking about a powder bronzer. It's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. L'Oreal, don't touch anything, don't do anything. This should honestly be a staple in y'all range that just stands the test of time, because one of the best things you've ever done. It's really one of the best things you've ever done. And then this product right here, this is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. I'm not gonna hold you. It absolutely, you know, it's an aerosol situation. It absolutely comes out like hairspray. I'm not even gonna mince words about it. But does it do what it says? 1000%. This locks in your makeup like nobody's business. Now, it said, okay, does it say transfer? Okay, it doesn't say transfer proof. It says defy transfer. I would agree with that. It definitely helps products be less transfer proof. I mean, be less, what am I trying to say? I'm gonna leave this in too, okay? Because I miss y'all, and so I'm filming for y'all, but I'm obviously on the struggle bus. This helps products to not transfer as much, okay? And I notice that a lot, especially when I'm in my work clothes. So I really love it. But when I say this sets products in like iron, it sets products in like iron, Okay, and mind you, does anybody remember when L'Oreal had the other infallible spray? It was in like the black bottle. I thought that was wonderful, and I was like, this is one of the best things the drugstore has ever seen. So I'm not really sure why they moved to this. Maybe they just thought it was more modern or whatever, but this formula is actually good. And because it does everything I want it to do, I look past the fact that it feels like I'm spraying hairspray on my face, okay? To the point where, y'all, I would say spray this even after you do your brows, because I literally feel my brows like hold, and I'm like, okay, that's wild. The one thing I will say is, if your main concern is you're looking for a setting spray, you're looking for a facial spray that's going to like take a powdery appearance away or anything like that, this is not going to do this. This is not going to do that. This is literally going to lock in whatever you got going on. So do everything you need to do first, and then, and it's great. It's great, y'all. I'm almost out of it. And I bought this year, I believe. So yeah, I will be picking up another one. Have we covered everything? Almost. I'm just gonna hold you for a couple more minutes just to talk about a couple more things that I really don't want to pass up. And the next thing I want to talk about is my Loop Switch 2. These are the Loop earbuds, okay? And this is my pair. This is my personal pair that I have, that I keep like at home or in my purse, okay? And this is what they look like. Okay. So my bestie surprised me and bought these for me, and God bless her. Because y'all, when I tell you these last few months have been rough, there have been more health stuff than I care to discuss. And I don't know how I would have made it through some days at work and not at work without these. I don't know how I would have done it. The other thing I really love about these is that the earplugs have, the reason why they're called the Switch, oh, can I get it out? Is they have a little switch on them. Can you see that? And you can change the level of sound and stuff that you can hear. And I find that to be invaluable, because there are times when I'm in the worst of it that the sound of water is too much to me and will have me crying. So this is, it's changed the game for how I live everyday life. And I mean that literally. I mean that literally. So there's that. And then the final thing I want to talk about is 2 books. I will be very quick. Y'all, I will say my bad. I should have done a reading vlog on this. I have finally decided to read Sarah J. Maas, I think that's how you say her name, ACOTAR series. I never was interested in anything by her before. I don't really know why, I just wasn't. And then I read the first book and I was like, okay, I'm into this. And I read the second book, and the second book blew me away. It was so much better than the first book. The first book was good, but this book was, the amount of times that I was reading this book and I was like holding my breath, where I was like, what? I was like, bitch, like it was, this would have been worth a reading vlog, y'all. But this was my light. This was my light over the last few months when I was not doing well. And it is so freaking good. I'm gonna list this like the Goodreads link or something, so you can go and actually look up the summary of this book. But, you know, basically, and I actually do have a reading vlog on the first, I don't know if it's complete, but I definitely did start recording a reading vlog, so I can put that up. It was around the time that I was really starting to just like flare daily, so I gotta look and see what the footage is like. But if I actually have the footage, even if it's not complete, I will put that up. Again, I already read this book, so I wish I had filmed it, but I was in terrible shape, so getting on camera was not an option at all. And then the last book that I want to mention, and I promise I'll let you go, is How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. And she is a let me remember, yeah, she's a licensed therapist. And this book really deals with the idea of like, if you are struggling to like stay on top of your to-do list and keep your house clean and just manage home, and you just feel like every little task feels like too much, big task, little task, all the tasks, they just feel like too much, and you feel like I am drowning, and you're just in this endless cycle with home, This book is wonderful. Now, she also has a TED Talk, which I have not listened to yet, but that's a lie. I started listening to it and then I stopped. So I need to finish, but I will list that down below if you all are interested in listening to it. It's just here on YouTube. But this book, I'm so glad I did buy this book, because this is a book I will refer back to. Like, this book is, it's like a tiny little textbook, y'all. I've been outlining, and it's just, oh my gosh. Let me just read you a line, okay? She said, "No one ever shamed themselves into better mental health." And that hit me. That might not hit you the same way it hit me, but that hit me specifically because I deal with self-shaming a lot. And I didn't realize until I got really deep into therapy. And then I was like, oh my gosh, because I feel like I'm an outwardly very compassionate person to other people, but being compassionate to myself is another thing. And it takes a lot of work for me. So I just absolutely love this book. I'm going to link everything that I'm talking about. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. If you're still here, leave me a yellow heart. You know, I love yellow. So I can make sure that I show your comments some love. I feel like I respond to all my comments, but I definitely want to make sure I show you some love, because I appreciate you listening to me ramble. Let me know if there's anything in the video that you think you might check out, or what you've been loving over the last couple of months, so I can check some things out. I will see you all again very soon. I appreciate you, and I hope you're doing well. Bye.